Okay, all aboard and welcome to the Fox Valley Short Line Railroad, a standard career playthrough of the Derail Valley Simulator game. My name is SwiftFox, and I'll be your conductor and engineer for this evening's 2-hour journey on the rails. Hey, good evening, Wild. Thanks for joining me tonight. How's everything sound? Please have a seat, get comfortable, and have your tickets ready. The train is now departing. Thank you. Thank you, Wild. Thanks for the confirmation. All right, so this evening we'll be leaving harbor. We've got to hook up to a new job. Ooh, how'd I get out here? We have to hook up to a new job, this job here, which is a couple tracks over from where we dropped off our last shunting job. So it's a little after 6 in the morning. It looks like our morning should be good, but it's going to rain this afternoon. So if we get hooked up soon enough, we'll be at machine or goods factory before it starts raining. But it's really socked in. There's blue sky up there somewhere. So we're going to head up to goods factory. We're going to go to the shop there and buy some tools that we need. That's not the track I'm looking for. That's the track I'm looking for. And there's our train. There's the headlights. So we're going to buy some tools, a toolbox, and get some goodies to trick out our engines with some gadgets. We're also, if they're there, if we find one there, we're going to unlock the DM3, which is a new locomotive, a bigger locomotive than these are, and then work them in tandem. So let me hop in. Let's get our engines fired up, our pair of DE2s. Give a little bit more game sound there. How's the game sound? Is that okay in the background? Too much? Not enough? Is it drowning me out? Okay. You're playing baseball? Sim baseball again tonight? All right, who are we playing tonight? Houston. Oh, very good. Congratulations on the homer. All right. All my buttons not flashing. Very good. All right, so let's move up. Pass this switch up here. Then we can back up into, I think we need track E30. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves a digital speedometer and a digital brake indicator and a few other toys and gadgets to install on our locomotives. Yep, see the fog's already burning off, which is good. All right, and we We need E30, which is that one there. Alrighty. So we've got a 320 pound or ton consist that we're going to take up and over the hill out of harbor. Out to someplace we haven't been yet. That's Machine Factory. No, I'm sorry, we're going to Goods Factory. How's our speed? Looking good. Taking it slow. How's our headlights on? Tail light. About 5 kilometers an hour. Apply a little bit more brake. Perfect. Now this job is a long job and a fragile job. We have those licenses now. I think we picked up those licenses in our last session, which was a couple of weeks ago, so I appreciate everybody hanging with me here. Sometimes adulting is no fun. Oh my goodness, I slowed down too quick. Going 1 kilometer an hour. All right. Connected. Airlines hooked up. Let's go. It's not lit. There we go. There we go. Now I want to take that. I think we got to run all the way to the end to turn the brake off. So we'll hook up our end of train light. And here's the brake. All right, so we need to check our route. So we're here in harbor. We want to go up to top of the hill. We want to stay to the right at this switch. All right, and when we get to this switch, we're going to stay to the right. We're going to try and come into goods factory from the back. So we want to stay right here, then left again. That'll bring us down into goods factory. Now, once we get to goods factory, here, we're coming in down this way, off of this track here. So we're going to D5I. So let's go to track D, or yard D, and 5I is here. So we're going to hope that there's nothing in there. We're going to bank that there's nothing in here. So we're going to set this to go to the left and then to the right. And that'll take us through here, right across into 5. And we can drop off this load. All right, that's hoping that there's nothing in 5. All right, so we have our route planned out. Now we just need to, let's get these bad boys moving ahead. Engines moving now. We'll run to the yard office while they're building up some speed. Run into the wall, and we're going to turn this job in and get it started. All right, factory in town, D5I. This one will be worth 15K plus any bonus if we manage to get the bonus, which I'm hoping we will. Because every little bit helps. Let's get ourselves in position. Apply some more throttle. Brakes are off. Good. First switch our way is to the right. That's the direction we want to go. Slowly building speed. We don't want to be going too fast. The turn out of harbor is like 30 or 40 kilometers an hour. So we do have that hard speed limit there. We don't want to derail. I know it's Derail Valley, but alright, so we're past the last switch that should foul us. We are at 25. That's good, good. Still slowly building speed. We're trying to be about 40, 45 when we hit the hill. We're going to need every little bit of help we can get. Fuel looks good, oil looks good, everything looks good. We go with the first turn, we are at 30. Our next switch is to the right, good. That means all of our switches are correct. Give us another notch of throttle. Another notch of throttle on the DE2 behind us as we go into this turn. We can take a little bit more. our train. A little bit more. And we're flying. Sand on the two engines give us a little bit more traction. We're doing on temperature. Looking good, looking good. Speed. We're losing some speed, but not real fast, which is good. Indicators behind the locomotive behind us. You can see our digital speed there. We're at 33. Here's our last stretch. It's a little steep here. Should probably drop off to about 30, maybe 28. Not a problem, man. Not a problem. Good haul out of harbor. Good haul out of harbor, and our switch is set to the right. We have a 40-kilometer speed limit to the right. We are well under that. On the flat, we'll turn off the sand. Drop back a little bit on the starting to build speed again. So I should back off so quick. Alright, we're back uphill again. One of the gadgets we're going to get is a clinometer, which will show us whether we're going uphill or downhill. And that'll help us to adjust our throttle appropriately. Now, right now, early in the game, you got to go by what the signs say on the side of the tracks. But we're just about at that point where it's time to add some gadgets. Go gadgets. I know you can't help it. Not too bad, 35 through here. Model train set, anybody? All the vistas through. Big picture. Hop back in. How we doing? Temperature's good. How's our other engine? Chugging along. Looking good, folks. This is a really nice haul out of harbor. Gaining a little speed. Let's drop that off a little bit. Help ourselves out. 40 is the limit that I know of on these turns, so as long as we're right in here around 40, we are doing well. I'm going to back this off a little bit. Doing really well, really well. Glad to be back in streaming. It's I miss it when I'm away. I truly do. I don't play this game, this session, except for streaming, so always kind of anticipating what the run's going to be and how the game's going to play out. So every game is new, every stream is new, and that's what makes it fun. How we doing? We're coming up on our split to the right because we're going to take this track this way in the goods factory. So back things off just a little bit. Back it off too much. It's an uphill switches right. These two locomotives are really handling this this job very nicely, very nicely. There's nothing wrong with just running with two DE2s for a long time in this game. It's just, you know, they're just that good. And with once you get the remote control and can pretty much control both trains from one cab without having the multi-unit license, you know, it's just, it's kind of a breeze. A flat section here. A little while, we can run the speed up a little bit. Or in action in the tunnel. So there's a nice section here where you can kind of red ball it here. Get a little speed. Run the train out. I think we need to be doing 60 miles an hour. Next speed limit will be at 100 kilometers an hour. We are well under the speed limit, but you do want to be careful because the speeds change real quick. See, 100 kilometers an hour. Have to add a zero to everything. There's two ways to get to goods factory. This is one way. I call it the back way. And then the other way is, so we need to slow down. So we have a 50-kilometer-an-hour turn, switches right, gain a little speed, slow down a little bit. So we are right here, and then there's another split here, and we head down. So we lose a little speed here, but that's okay. So we can maintain 45. Brakes are off. We got no help from the back. She's just cruising. Let's get a little bit more power. Kilometers an hour. We're going just shy of 40. And then we have a 30 kilometer an hour turn. So I'm going to give myself a little bit more boost from the back, just so I don't have to run the front one so hard. And this slope is designed. Hey, how you doing? Furry Tiger Paw. Thanks for joining. Welcome. We're on our way in a freight run between Harbor Town and the goods factory. Coming up on the switch here. At a 30 mile an hour, 30 kilometer an hour turn. Let's see, we'll follow it. Follow it from the outside. I know we're good. Oh, he did. Okay. Is that Tiger Paw? Can't believe you haven't popped into one of my chats before, Kitty. Here's the switch. It's the right direction. It does give me a 40. And we switch off. And we're going downhill. So I'm going to pop back into the cab. Because if I'm not careful, I will drive us right off a cliff. That is not the intent of this episode. How are we doing here? That's good speed. It's not that far. This is a nice little winding road, and these speed limit signs kind of get your hopes up, but it's just going to lead you right into a crash. See where that bridge is? That's where we're going to end up. It is a cat thing. Sleeping is good though. Slow down. Load up. Load up. find ourselves underneath that bridge over here on the left. See where the smokestacks are? That's where we're going to end up. How we doing? Okay, good. Drop the brakes off a little bit. Brakes. Woohoo! My first spot. That's all right. It counts. It counts as somebody was in my chat. .30 kilometers into this coming switch. Doing a little better than that, so apply a little bit more brake. Drop her back a little bit. It's kind of a yo-yo. Yes, it does. It goes toot-toot. Drop it off a little bit because we're going to come into this switch. We're going to go immediately to the left because we have it set for that. So this will be better. But this turn here has to be taken at 30 kilometers an hour. Otherwise, you go whee right off of there to the left and into the valley, and it's a mess. All right. Back on the flat. So we're going to the left, switch is right. And we're going to go right, left, and then right, and right down that track. D5I. That's where we need to drop off. Ooh. Bless me. And right here, we're into the track. Go down a little bit further, make sure that we're all in. Because eventually our next step will be to take this and unload it. So might as well pull ourselves all the way down towards the end of the track. And we'll see what goodies we have as far as locomotives are concerned. Let's see if we can upgrade. Alright. That looks good. Get the brake on. Slow this puppy down. Perfect. Perfect. Very nice. Good job. Shut her off. Conserve fuel. Set brake so she don't roll away. And then turn her in. Boop. Oof. Run into the wall. All right, so here we are. I'm going to turn this in. Looks like we had 54 minutes to complete it in. We did it in 22. So we got the bonus, almost 8,000. Gives us a total of 23,700. Nice. Shushing. So we'll grab that from the machine. And now our wallet has $88,000 in it. So, with that, Excuse me. Here's the shunting job. So we should do that, make a little bit more money, and we'll have almost, we'll have over 100,000 to work with. And we'll go shopping. All right, so hey, welcome to Goods Factory in town. Excuse me. So that's the station office, tool shed. The loading track is right here. These are some, this is the B yard up here. Maintenance hut. This is the C yard, I think. This over here is the A yard. Coal tipple. And then the whole thing wraps around now. We haven't been here yet, so we haven't looked to see if there's any locomotives. But that is not one of them, and nor is that the DM3. So I am most upset because that's a big locomotive, and that's not what I was hoping to find here. All right, so let's see. Are there any broken locomotives here? Not here. Ella, settle down. Not there. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Ugh. All right, hold on a second. That was my dad. So I just want to let him know I'll call him back after 9. All right, so we're looking for, there it is. There's another museum. A museum train. All right, so it looks like we found the 2 steam trains. So this is the S282 steam locomotive. So cool, we'll have to make a note of that. So the 282 is at Goods Factory. All right, so let's go back. So we're going to continue with our 2 DE2s, which is fine. They're good little locomotives. Oh, that's a stop. We're going to pair our to this loco because we're not going to start the other one. Turn the brake off, and we're going to move this load over into the loading track. While the weather is good. what we want to try and do is we're going to pull up far enough and then reverse back into the track over there. There's a, if you look at the map, the goods factory, we came in here, we're coming through here, we're going to pull up around this bend, and then we're going to back up this track here and into the loading yard. That way we keep our locomotive always pointing in a direction to leave. Looks like there's 3 drop-offs once we unload. D1S, A3S, and B2S. So we'll see how that all falls out. So that's the track we want to back down. And this is the switch we need to set. So we're going to wait here for our locomotive and our last car to go by. We'll pull up the remote control. Let it coast for a little while here. Start the brake. A little more brake. Was on 3 brake. All right, set that. Hop on the back car. One more brake. Put her into reverse. And give her some go. Little throttle. All right, so this is a 20-kilometer turn here. I would be well underneath that. Add a little bit more throttle. So what are you up to tonight, Tiger Paw? If you're still there. All right, both these switches we're approaching are indicating to the right. So that's perfect. Add a little bit more throttle. As I said, the earliest you can get this remote control, boy, it just makes life a whole lot easier. Get up to 14, we can back, or 15, we can back it off. There in the bushes is the S2A2, the big steam locomotive. Ready for restoration once we get the museum license. Going fast. All right, this switches to the right, that's perfect. We can't use the maintenance shed yet until we get the manual service license. But right now, we're not spending enough money on vehicle, locomotive maintenance to make it worth the while. All right, that switch is good. Oh, okay. All right, so we got to drop a car or 2 off here. I'm gonna hop off because we're gonna drive this train, park it on this track. come our locomotives. And that should be perfect. All right. Let's run over to this office and get this job started. Get this job started on the clock, I should say, because we have been starting this job. All right, here we are, B1L. That's where the train is currently. And we walk over to the load unload box. See, it's raining. If you look, there's a sheen on the ground, so it's raining. And we want to unload. There we go. So we got like a bunch of flat cars and one box car. So let's see, where do we need to drop these off? All right. So 826, so the last 5 flat cars go to D1S. You know what I can do? I can do this. Haha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these 3 go to D15. All right, so where do the others go? All right, this flat car goes to A3S, and the box car goes on the track on the other side here. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to leave these cars where they are. It's going to be time consuming, but just the way everything's laid out. All right, forward. Gotta go past this switch, and then we'll back the box car up against that flat car and push her in. And we'll go back and pick up the flat cars. We'll leave it at 5 kilometers an hour because it's not really that far to go. Use that. Keep her going. just about there. All right. Now we'll move them forward. And head backwards. Pick up the rest of the cars. And we'll do our drop off at A3. And then our final drop off at D1. So it's definitely best that we came in the way we did, because now the locomotive is in position to pull forward, back the cars in, pull forward, back the cars in. So we are definitely much more efficient in this direction than we were. Take her away. And the light, our end of train light, marks the first of the 5 cars that go to D1S. So now we know where to brake. So we're gonna hop on down here. And watch ourselves, because we want to brake these 2 cars just before the frog in the switch. And we'll set our 1, 2, 3 behind. That's how this works. This is, if the train is facing forward, it'd be a plus. Anything behind the train, it's the first coupling, then the second coupling, which would be here, and then the third coupling. Well, hello, Mr. Pro. Look, a raid. Never had a raid before. Thanks for stopping by. So I want to slow us down. I want to slow us down a little faster because I want to brake this train wherever I come to a stop. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pro. Appreciate you hopping in. Having a great time tonight. All right, so we're going to brake her there. And we're going to pull her forward. Need to set both of those switches because track 3 is over there. I'm going to back her in. Nice and easy. And there's A3S, and that is where we're going. Yes. Perfect. Speed. Don't need to go too fast. Turn around. Brakes. And perfect. Brake. Forward. Let's pull out of here. Hook up to the last set of cars. So who came along with the raid? Please say hello. Join the fun. All right. Flip that one. And flip that one. And backing up. Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. A little brake on. Perfect. Boop. And straight ahead. We'll pick that up and put that away. And we ride the back, because that's where the switch is going to be. All right, so we're going to pull through the next switch and around the curve. So we are coming down this way. We've just dropped the last car off here. We've got to pull in this way. We're going to pull around. I'm going to reset this switch, and we need to put it in D1I, which is down here. So when we back in, we're going to make a left, 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 and that'll be right straight on in. And just coast the rest of the way. There's the switch there, so we'll apply a little brake now. Start to slow down gradually. Track is wet, so the way the physics work, we can slip. That causes damage to the wheels. And that costs us money in the long run. We want none of that. All right, we can turn ourselves around. Pop that switch over as soon as we come to a stop. Pop her into reverse. Apply some throttle. Lose the brake. Switch is right. This switch is right. Looking ahead, we are set to go to the left, 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 and right into that slot there, which looks like there's more flat cars. So we can let the train come up to speed on its own. It's 8 o'clock. We've been at it for an hour. Thanks to Wild and Tiger Paw for popping in early, keeping me company. Love it. Looks like I got two folks from a raid. If you guys are still around, thanks for hopping in. Do say hello. Do not be afraid. Only bite if you ask nicely. Exciting trip here at Goods Factory. We've found the derelict steam locomotive 282. So that makes 2 of the museum trains found so far. Both of them are the steam trains. Found one in Sawmill, and now we've found a second one here. So we are slow up. The lights have come on. It must be getting towards evening. Let's see how we're doing here. We might just touch. Hey, Totter, how are ya? And there we go. Let's see, how are we doing? All right, we're not quite with all the cars in the track. So now that we're connected, give us a little bit more push. Oh, there's another one. Connect that one. And perfect. Broke. Alright, so let's shut our engine down, save ourselves some fuel, and go turn this job in. See if we haven't made enough money. Oh no, you lost. I'm sorry, Wild. We won. We had 51 minutes. We did it in 16. Did all of that work. And earned ourselves almost 25K. That is awesome. Perfect. And here we are. 113,000 in the wallet. Looking good. All right, we can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. What else we got here? We could do that. We could do that. We can't really do that. That's too heavy. That's kind of too heavy too. But that's going up the food factory. Let's see. There's another train going to food factory there. That one is an unload store. That one's going back to Harbor and Town, and that one's going back to Harbor and Town. All right. Well, there's a few shunting jobs we can do, make a few more bucks. But I said we was going shopping. And since there's no DE3 here to get a license for, we're going to go shopping because we need some tools. We need tools in order to kit out our locomotives. So first, we need a toolbox. I highly recommend it. Then we need a soldering gun. And we need a filler gun. And we need a hammer. And we need an electric hand drill. What else? What else? What else? There's another thing. Oh, crimping tool. Okay, so that's all the tools. And we need some soldering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll get that. All right, so how much is that so far? Oh my God, 22 grand. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so we're going to buy the tools first. Money in. We're now at 91. Oh, what is all of that I didn't mean to buy? What was all that I didn't mean to buy? Oh, snap. I bought those mounts. Stupid dingy gun. All right. Try this again. Boop. Okay. Soldering wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Better. Where's the thing of tape? I saw the tape. Duct tape. All right. Put this down. Pay for that. That was irritating. Okay. Dear Lord. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna run back here. We're gonna load up our toolbox first. Show you how that works. All right. Ding. Thump. Oh God. Isn't this with my stuff? Do I have 2 of them? Oh, I do. Okay. All right, let me put them in with my stuff. And move this over. And I'll move this over. Oh, it's locked. Okay. All right, so toolbox. Toolbox is a toolbox. You can put stuff in it. So rather than carrying all of that stuff, I could put it in my toolbox. So we're going to get the drill, and we're going to hit the R, and when the latch turns green, just click on it. It's in there. I want the soldering gun. I want hole filler. Oh no, where's the hammer? I thought I bought a hammer. All right, we'll put the hole filler in here. Crimping tool. All right, all of these things will just go there. I'm going to need them eventually. I mean, it's not a waste of a purchase, but it wasn't what I was wasn't what I was clicking on. All right, this in there, this in there, this in there, this in there. What if the hammer fell on the floor? Oh, there it is. What are we doing? All right. This goes there, that goes there, that goes there. This goes there. That goes there. I got room for 3 more spools of solder. Are these all the tools? That's all the tools. All right. Solder. 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 Okay, so now we could take the toolbox, pop it in our inventory, and it only takes up 1 spot. Isn't that awesome? All right, so let us grab one of these because we're going to need it. And then we'll go back shopping again. Now we're going to buy the gadgets. All right, so we want to buy one of those. And we want to buy one of those. And we want to buy one of those. buy a digital speedometer. And we want to buy one of those. Where's the clocks? We might as well buy the clock while it's here. That's the... Gotta be on another shelf then. Doo-doo. Oh, here they are, down here. Digital clock. Boop. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? They have a beacon here? No. All right. All right, so we have a mount for the speedometer. We have a mount for the brake thing. And we have a mount for the clinometer. All right. That's everything I could think of. Yeah. So much. All right. And that's another 22 grand. Let's put that down. All right. And that's all the stuff. So let's go mount it on our locomotives. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, so we're only going to mount it on our lead locomotive. Get rid of the rain sound. Okay, so we get our toolbox out, and we're going to set it right there. All right. While we're here, we can pull this down and put that where it belongs. All right, so we can take our different things, like here, this is the mount that we're going to use for our clinometer. And we can kind of get it in there close. And we can click it down. Now, we can take our clinometer, and if it's blue, that means it's good there. All right, so let's turn it off. It says it needs to be drilled. So let's get the drill out. Pop it in our hand. And drill that mount. Now, technically, you'll find people that say, do not permanently drill any equipment in one of the rental locomotives. But since we are a long way away from having a museum license, we might as well do what we can. All right, so there we go. That's the clinometer in place. Now we can get this mount. We want to put this right. This for the speedometer. We put this right here. Is it backwards? Yeah, it is. It's backwards. It's hard to tell. See, now that was right. Come back. It's not easy. To Get it to sit right. There we go. That's backwards again. That's correct. Just take some patience. There we go. All right, we'll get the digital speedometer. Pop that down here. Also need this and this. Oh, I should have bought another one. Okay. All right, first digital speedometer. All right, and that fits perfect. All right, so we can put that down. Really? Oh, I could just put it down. Put it down. And then I need to drill. Now I can put this into place. Perfect. And then I just need to mount a small plate. For the brake indicator. And that'll fit. Get the drill back out. While I have this out, I can drill these two. That way, if I do hit something too hard, these won't pop out. But the hooks are one of those items that you can just sort of pop in by hand and it all works nice. All right, so let's put the drill back. Got the soldering gun. In fact, we can add a piece of solder to that. And we need two. One for the speedometer and one for the brake. All right, let's do the speedometer first. Now, if you notice, there's perfect. If you notice that red light on the side of the soldering iron, like right now, it means if it's green, it means it has power. Obviously, it has power because the indicator is on. All right, so we drop that. Let's put this up in place. Get the soldering gun, pick that up, and solder that. And you notice the little light on the side of the soldering iron is red. It's red. I pull it off. Now it's green. So there we go. All right, so now we've added three little gadgets. The clinometer, and that shows us the slope of the track, either uphill or downhill. And we've got a digital speedometer, which will help us. We don't have to zoom in. We can see exactly how fast we're going. And a brake indicator. All right, the only thing we also bought a clock, which I didn't get a mount for. So let's put this away, and we can leave all this here. And let's go get a little mount for the clock. One of these will do fine. Mount strip small. Sometimes there's dumpsters around here. But those two empty reels, I can put them in the dumpster. That's how you get rid of them. All right, so the last clip, we're going to mount it up here. And we have to pull it down. That looks right. All right. Drill. Soldering iron. And we'll get the soldering iron. We don't need that yet. We need this. Perfect. Now we can get the soldering iron. All right, see, as I said, the red light on the side of the soldering gun, see, it's off. Now it's back on. That means there's no power to it yet. Here we go. Pull it off. And now there's power. Boop. And we can look in, and it's 10:30. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 gadgets. And if we keep one on there, we've got room for 4 more spools of solder. All right. So grab that, put it back in our box, and keep it all together. So now, to figure out where we want to go next, or what we want to do next, for the time being, we can store our toolbox in our tool shed, where all of this stuff stays. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have drilled the other 2 holes. Oops, too much. Overshot. Oh yes, the realism. Okay, so we can pull this in hand and hang that up here, because that one should go in here. Is there another one on the floor here? I thought I had two. Well, if I get another lantern, there's a hook for it. All right. Little bummed that I didn't get a DM3 here. But so be it. So that's why I'm thinking our next best step is to go to the food factory. And that is too heavy for us. It may not be. No, it will be. It will be, because that's got some pretty steep grades. So decisions. 2 to the sawmill. We could do this one easy. This is almost too much for us, especially to get up to the sawmill. Food factory. Can I do that? That's a good question. We are at a 2% grade. Each of our units can move 3,000 tons, which gives us, if you multiply that by 2, which is, I guess, the way it's supposed to work based on what I've heard other people say, we can move 6 up a 2% grade. And this is 540 tons. Plus the weight of our own, which is about 80 tons. So we would be too much. That would be too much. All right. These two are going back to harbor. All right, let's sleep on it. I'll do a couple shunting jobs. Do a couple shunting jobs and see where things go. So how's your day been, Totter? Let's do this one. Build a train and drop it off. All right. Good. Glad it has been a good day for you. Let's see. All right, so we need to put this train together, and we need to build it from cars in B2S and A2S. So we know there's only one car in A2S. Last time we dropped one off. So let's go grab that one, and then we'll have to dig out the cars from B2S because we put a box car in the way. So That is the plan. We have all the time in the world to do that because we're not on the clock yet. All right, so brakes off. So we're gonna go back into here. Pick up the one flat car. And then see where the other cars are that we need. See? 15 miles an hour. Very nice. And the clinometer is showing that we are kind of going downhill. It's up and down a little bit. I'm going to add another bar of brake. Ourselves to slow down. It's a little after 6. Brake so we can actually stop. We need to come around here. I need to flip this switch so we can go into this track and grab that car. Now let's watch it all happen. Ta-da! Onto the switch. Let's apply some brakes. Oh, what are you making for dinner tonight, Totter? Ooh, more brake, more brake, more brake, more brake. That was a little harder than I like. All right. Forward out of the yard. Oh, breakfast is for dinner tonight. Okay, so what are we making? Oh, it's okay. Basic sausage, eggs, and toasts. Wasn't sure if you're getting fancy and making pancakes or waffles or something. All right, so the other cars, 2 cars we need, are in B2S, which is right next to the loading bay. However, we know we put a boxcar in the way, so there's at least going to be a boxcar in the way. So we'll see what it's going to take to dig these cars out and construct our train. How much longer till Yumi's home? Half hour? Alright, so that switch needs to turn. Not too long. Alright, so we're gonna come in and slow down. Grab that boxcar, because we know we don't need that. And see where the other cars are that we need for this train. We'll break that, pull those out, back those into the loading track, then put the other ones away. First, let's not get crazy yet. GFSL07 is the order we're looking for. There should be 2 cars. Oh my goodness, there are these 2 cars. How lucky are we? All right, let's put the brake on this one. And detach these. Brake, that brake's not on. And that brake's not on. And that brake's not on. So. Let us move them on out. How lucky. How lucky we were. Just slowly move back here. Past the switch. Roll these back in. Pull back out. Drop off the boxcar. Then connect these 3 together. Just gotta get past the switch, but that's probably where that track 1L sign is. That's what these signs mark. Kind of where the edge of the obstruction would be to cars going into that track. Brake on. Stop running into the train cars. Alright, pull her back out. Boop. And we don't have to seat this one all the way back, just far enough so it's beyond the sign. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Pull it forward. Then back it back in here. Settle down, girlfriend. A few more minutes. All right, so we're going to finish this shunting job, and that'll probably finish out this stream. So our next stream, we will take this load to food factory. To bring this whole train into the loading yard, just like that. And now we're going to turn the job in and get the clock started. We'll need to take it to D70 on the other side. So here we are at B1L, and then we'll take them over to D70. From there, we'll be ready to go to food factory. Oops, wrong way. Go. All loaded up. Brake off. Throttle up. And away we go. Alright, so we need to drop this off at D70. This switch is already going to take us down here. We're going to come around, then back into D. So D70 is up here, so we're going to come through this switch to the right. We need to do that switch to the right, already set. This one to the right, and that one to the right, and that'll drop us right into track number 7. About 9 o'clock. The way time moves here, we'll probably be done parking this train by 10. And it's a quick run up to food factory. It won't make us a lot of money, but it'll get us to another location. And hopefully maybe we'll find a DM3 up there. wanted to hit the Alt key, I hit the Shift key, and that makes you jump. Alrighty. Stand by the switch. Wait for the third car to come by. Drop her into reverse, throttle up, brake off. This switch is right. That switch is right, and it looks like we're going right, right, right. All my switches look good. Is there something in that outside edge? Nah, it might be in the track 6. We'll see when we get closer. It really is a beautiful game. Graphics are amazing. As I've said before, it's designed for VR, to actually put a headset on and actually engage. Alright, so there is a train in the track that I need to be in, so we need to slow down. Yes, it is. D70. D70. How are we doing on speed? Yeah, we should slow down enough by the time we get there. In fact, they may all fit without having any issues. Perfect. I think we're in. Oh, we are definitely in. All right, train brake on. Shut off our locomotive. That's Ella in the background. All right, and turn this one in. And we did it in 6 minutes. And we made $5,000. And every little bit helps, right? So that puts us back to 72, which isn't bad. I mean, we started this game at 33. We're at 72, so we've doubled. And we spent a lot on the tools, which was like 20 grand, and some gadgets, which was another 20 grand, and the mounts. And we got to do all that. Did 2 shunting jobs and freight haul out of harbor. So I think this is good. I think this is a good place to stop the game and pick back up next chance we get. So as I said, next chance we get, we're going to take that load we just created. I don't think there's any. You know what? There's a good question. No. Okay, so we could add this if we got um, we could add that if we got the logistics license, which I don't think we've got yet. And we can't do that. And we can't. We're not going to do that. So where are we license-wise? All right, so we have train length. We have concurrent orders. So it's just a matter of spending the money for Logistic Haul. And then at least we can pull two things and make the trip up to Food Factory a little less painful. Because this haul is only 3K, and together we're at 10K, and we're well within what we can pull. So you know what? Let's do that. Let's get ourselves set up to do that. We got a few more minutes. Let's pay the fees. Where are we at? We owe 8 grand, and we've got 11 grand in fees. So let's do that. Yeah. We know that. All right. And we'll take that. All right. And we will, like I had planned all along, looks like we're going to get our logistics license. So that'll be helpful because it opens up a whole nother and it doesn't increase anything. So we're going to do it. What are we doing? Oh, insert wallet. So we'll be at 44 when we're done. But that's okay. That's okay. We need to spend money to make money, right? There we go. Logistic Haul license. So we get additional time back for our time bonus, and it doesn't affect our insurance copay, so we're still at 8K, and we can pick up another job because we have concurrent orders, so we can do 2 jobs. So there we go. All right, so it's been an eventful stream, and when we come back, we're going to take this job and this job. Where are we dropping them off at? Oh, both in the C yard. That'll be nice too. That'll make it easy. Just have to deal with 1 yard. So let's see. We'll drop. Which one's heavier? Doesn't really matter. They're not that. It's not that crazy. But we'll take the logistic against the locomotives and have the freight haul trailing. I think that'll work out better. Okay, so that's the plan. Logistic haul, freight haul. We're going to go to Food Factory next stream, next week. All right, so here we are. Goods Factory. We've done a lot, got a lot done, very productive. And I'm going to call it a night. So I want to thank Wild Fox and Tiger Paw and Totter. I also want to give a shout out to Mr. Pro TSCG for popping in with a raid. Your buddies didn't come in and say hello, so I don't know if they followed you, but I appreciate the raid altogether. So this is Swift Fox. I'll be signing off. Thank you again, and be well.